Mother, Father, God, Divine Creator, thank you very much for all that has been given to us. Thank you for giving us this beautiful morning. Let us open our hearts and minds and be attuned to good. And we ask that your inspiration reaches Bernadette as she shares a few words with us this morning. And we ask inspiration to all of us from our Master Jesus, the model, the example. And with that in mind, we ask permission to start our Spiritual Sunday this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Anísio. First of all, you will see my PowerPoint all with capital letters, and I'm not, with the exception of this, and I'm not yelling at anybody. It's just yesterday I went on a field trip to Balboa Park with a bunch of kids. While there are several events going on, and those 4 or 5 and olders, they were going everywhere. So by the time I got home, and I start preparing this later at night, I was just excited about it. And then halfway, about slide number 8, I realized that the caps lock was on. And I said, nope, because they are all good people, spiritists. They know what forgiveness is, and they will understand. So I'm not yelling at you. Oh, hello, look, I'm seeing more friends. I saw another car coming, so we have more friends coming. And today, again, our topic is about this book, A Full Life, which I love, from Divaldo Franco and the Spirituana de Angelis. And the chapter is, if you want to read it, if you have a home, chapter 24, The Future. What I did, I've been studying this book, and I opened, and that's what it was. And I said, that's it. And of course, I had to do some reflection about it. So I will be speaking for 20 minutes, hoping to inspire and reflect about it. And let's talk about the future. And of course, in my mind, it was like, it's so complicated because now it's the present, but it's the future from the past, right? And then this past, present, and future is all together. So your interpretation is whatever you want. I will not solve that. But the focus of today will be in the future. As I look what the definition of future is at a later time, going unlikely to happen or exist. So the future is happening at every moment. You are not the same from the time you walked in. Right now, you're already different, which is right now is the future of the moment you walked in, but it's also the present and past. And see how confusing it is? I was like thinking last night, right now I'm in the present. When they say be in the present and be in the past, future. But anyways, why did you want to decide to write about the future? So, and she starts talking about the inevitable future. What is the real, I think one of the truths that we know is that one day we will leave the physical body. Good morning, everyone. I love when I see more people coming. Just welcoming. So, that one day we will leave the physical body. And then, oh, come on. I'm here on this beautiful Sunday. We're going to be talking about dying, how depressing. No, we talk about this as a normal thing. It's not a big deal. We know that the only thing that dies is the body, the flesh, right? So we all go through childhood, youth, and you see from the baby till we get older, everyone goes through this journey. Everybody goes through birth and death. This is a fact. Many struggle with this today because if you don't believe in the afterlife, if you don't believe in reincarnation, if you think that this is your life, then it's hard because what matters what I do in my life right now? What matters if I want to put an end in my life right now, if that's it? And we know that we have the afterlife. They're the only thing that dies is the flesh, so stop and think. We are not doing that. So, Joanna de Angelis talks a lot about this present, past, present, and future. So this is us here. Our past, our present, our past life, our present life, and our present life has past, present, future, and the future life. And that's what I want to focus today. The eternal life, the spiritual life a little bit. Let's stop and think about that. What's going to happen to me when eventually my material body expires? What's going to happen? Let's think about it. And one of the things that we do, we focus too much on the future of the flesh of the body. We live in the material world, so of course we have to worry about our future. The future of our children, the future of our health, the retirement plan. If you don't have any, you should start, because when you get older, you need to worry about what's going to happen to you, right? We have to worry about this future in our present life and make plans. But in many situations, we neglect to think about the spiritual future. There's going to come a time that this is going to end, and then what's going to happen? Jesus talked about the future life all the time in his teachings. He brought that hope, right? That there is the immortality. So the immortality brings us that hope. Imagine, I can't imagine if there's the nothingness in my life. Knowing that I can reincarnate, knowing that my spirit doesn't die, it brings me hope. And that was a good thing that they had at a time when he came to teach. And then we have it till today. But many still don't understand. And his teachings were for a reason. It was not for any reason that you are here today. There is no coincidence. There was a reason for you to come here today, to listen to this. There is a reason why you introduced to the gospel. The New Testament, the Gospel according to Spiritism, whatever version you want. We are talking about the teachings of Jesus in a sense of love thy neighbor, forgiveness, compassion. It's not for any reason. Because many of us in the past life failed on that. And now we are here again. We repeated the grade. Let's take that class again and see if we get better. And the cool thing is that once you graduate on that class, you go to the next one in this lifetime. You don't need to keep waiting for previous life. Previous life is right here, right now. So those who read the gospel, They are never the same. Right. Well, for some of you, they already know a little bit of Allan Kardec. When he was codifying, put all the teachings in the Spirit's book, which, let's see, this is the book. He was a teacher, and he knew how to ask questions. And when he was asking the mediums and talking to the spirits, he realized that many spirits were suffering in the afterlife. And it was like, why? What's going on? Come on. This is the end. I died, or may go to heaven and hell. And then the more that he talked to the spirits through mediums, he's starting to realize that there's something that needs to be done. If you don't want to learn about mediumship, communication with the spirit, like for me, for years, I didn't want to, Anita knows, I didn't want to study anything that had to do with mediumship. That was not me. He had fight with me. He said, Bernadette, you need to study. Why? I don't want it. I'm cool with the gospel and Jesus, the buddy here. I'm the JC is fine with me, and that's where I stop. But I said, you need to learn a little bit more. And then he started being my obsessor, and I finally started studying. But Kardec said, wow. Oh, he was thinking, we need to do something. Because in my research here, talking, I realized that the afterlife is not always heaven. But why? What can we do? And by talking to the spirits, he realized that it's because of something that we did in this life. We are not patient, we are arguing, anger, killing, and very, very, very materialistic. So attached to whatever it was, like the kings, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to write a third book. So he wrote the Spirit's book. I hope I'm in the right sequence. The second one was the Medium's book, correct? Help me here. Who did the work? And then the third one was the Gospel according to Spiritism. And if we study this and we follow all the moral teachings and start working on ourselves, that know thyself, there's a good chance that we'll suffer less when we go to the next. And then there is this other book, Heaven and Hell. My daughter never liked this book, the title. She never read because that bothered her. You talk about the spirits, the afterlife, and what kind of book is Heaven and Hell? Anybody she didn't read was always mad about this title. So did you read? No, I'm not going to read it. I don't complain about it. After you read it, and then we talk about the title. That's not that you are going to heaven and hell. There is two parts of the book. It's really good. The first part talking about what is nothing, what you have nothing in the world, and all this reflection. And the second part, that's my favorite, is when we have the communication of spirits that are telling their stories. And you ask, how was it when you passed? What did you find when you got to the afterlife? And it's very curious. You will see that for some of them it's heaven, but for some of them it's hell. And it's like, Kardec, we need to work on our present here so we have a better future, right? So it's time to work for our eternal future. But some of us did not want to do that. No, we're not ready. Not because we are bad people. Come on. Why worry about my future life if I can just live in the flesh and enjoy everything? Right? I just want to do what I want. For me, it's all about physical beauty and the money and the possessions. Now, God is a smart spirit, whatever you call it, you know. He already knew that some of us would do that. And then one of the ways for us to reflect on our lives and change the values and reflect, he said, okay, so if you're not going to learn that's not all about material things, here's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get old. Sorry, we have a lot of young people here, right? But even if you are 10, you're already older than when you were 4 or 5. Your values changed. Why is so important the law of progress and get older? Because it's a blessing for detachment. As you get older, your values change. Things that were very important to you when you were a teenager, you changed, right? Doesn't change? The things that I see now, the teachers that I work fighting because any little things, I go, sure. But look what is happening here. The parents said that to you. She will get over. Come here, you're fine. And they come crying. I was just like that 10 years ago. But today, everything changes. It changed because we got matured and changed because of something happened in our past and we learned better. I don't want to do this anymore. Next, as we get older, right? It changed the purpose and the meaning of our life. My meaning by life purpose completely changed right now from the time that when I came to this country when I was 28. Even if you were 18, 19, 20, it changed from the time that you were 8 or 9 years old. The purpose for my students is just to play and have toys. And mommy loving and hugging me and daddy being there to support me. And as they become more independent, right? Then, the question is, what do you value now? Physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And being older's relative, I was talking customer service at a time with AT&T, and I forgot something I had to do or the bill, and I said, honey, I need reminders because I'm getting older and I forget stuff. And I needed some reminders, and the lady said, it's okay, my mom is just like you. My mom is old, is like her. So, okay, so you can relate. By the way, how old is your mom? She's 45. So when she said that her mom was very old because she was 45. So age is something subjective, right? And I go, gosh, I'm so old compared to her point of view. And the kids, they say, my mom is old. And they say, how old is your mom? Oh, she's like 20-something. Oh, wow. Well, for 4 years old, at 28 is aging. It's very subjective. And as we get older, if you're 45 or less or 28, what happens? Is the preparation for we start abandoning the illusion of certain things in our life, and have more the reality. So what's your reality? What are the things that you know it's an illusion? It's not there anymore. But the question is, why wait? Why do we have to wait till we hit that level, of being really, really older? Have you heard the stories, or somebody in your family that they were in their deathbed and then suddenly they have an epiphany and they start forgiving everybody, bring all the family? Do we have to wait till that? Do we have to wait till we're like, I don't know, 80s, 90s, 100, because nowadays we live for a long time, to start thinking about the future life? If we start now, if we start with our children, how amazing it is. They have the concept of the future life. They know about the teachings of Jesus, of the good manners, and the love, the forgiveness. Look at the amazing seeds. This world is going to be wonderful. So what can we do? Why wait to change our values? Why wait to get a little bit detached of the things that we no longer need? How many pair of shoes you have in your closet that you don't wear? Clothes? Right? I'm just saying, because I'm cleaning my closet lately. And it was so hard. I hurt my foot. You guys know it, I broke in 3 places. And now I can only wear tennis shoes with really heavy cushion because of my heel spur. How hard it was for me to see all those beautiful shoes, sandals, and high heels that I can no longer wear. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm attached to this. And I had to let go. And it was with pain. And I said, but it's so beautiful. I won and I paid. Well, when I get better. Listen, I'm saying when, not if. When I get better, I go shopping. It's even better. But there's like 6 pairs of shoes that I can't wear. And I gotta let go. I gotta let go. Why? Because I'm getting older. I'm having bone problems. It is not saying that every time we age, we all gonna be sick. No. Eat healthy. Take care of yourself. Because the suicide, there is the direct suicide and the indirect from not taking care of our bodies. And we are responsible when we go to the life there. So what are the things that you're really attached? Chocolate? I have a problem with beef tacos. I want to eat beef tacos almost every day. That's my favorite. And my doctor said, yeah, your cholesterol is pretty high. You can't eat anything that's a lot of. So what is it that you need to let go for something better take place? Because if there is no space, how something really better comes to you and how is it going to fit? There is no room. There's no room in my closet if I keep those shoes. What are the things that we need to let go in your heart? What are the things that in our minds that we need to let go to create more space for healthier things? So why wait to change our values, to detach? Why wait to grow morally and spiritually until something bad happens? Isn't it that happens a lot? Oh, because I'm living this amazing life that I believe is amazing, enjoying doing all kinds of things, not thinking about others, it's all about me. And God knows, Bernadette's not growing. Bernadette is in a plateau now. It's time to give a little push. And then I broke my foot. My daughter, she had a car accident, and she started thinking, oh my God, God exists. My grandchild didn't get hurt. What is it there for us to learn? So, why do we have to wait to study and build a future spiritual life? Why we have to wait to give our life a new meaning and purpose? Create a new meaning. Do you have hobbies? Do you have something that you love to do that was different from the past? As you progress, as things change, and you have new values, suddenly you see people doing more gardening. That's more meditation, drawing, writing. It's growing a lot, the level, or art nowadays, to give you meditation, to help you with meditation, help you, right? So, new meanings. Are you ready for a new meaning? Not that the meaning of your life is bad. It's good. It's wonderful because we are all here for a reason. Some of us, we might be in a phase of struggle that makes us grow, but you're not alone. Your spiritual guide is with you. You have all these people here to help you, and you can do it. Come on, just look at all what you went through when you were younger. An hour ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and you made through. So, Joanna says, it's time to build our future, and it's starting now, a better future. See how children in our future, children are present. Stop blaming the future when we hear a few Spiritist friends saying, okay, in my next lifetime, I will do that. No, it's right now. This world is changing. Let's start now. Every day, a little bit. All we have to do is to be better than we were yesterday. So if I yell at my husband yesterday, which I do sometimes, today is just, I will try my best. Not yell. I'm a better person today. I didn't yell at him. Right? What is one thing that you can do today, with the present and also the future, better than yesterday? Think of something. Maybe today you're not going to eat as much chocolate or sugar. Is it healthy related? Is it relationship related? Is it knowledge? Hey, today I will read this book because I want to grow and learn about something. You're all serious right now. You can smile. It's okay. And think about something in your head that you will do today or tomorrow that is better than you did yesterday or today. What is it? What is one tiny thing? Instead, wake up and say thank you. I realized that because of my pain that I have on my foot and it's hurting so bad, all my energy I've been putting on my foot when I wake up. So I was at Walmart and I was walking, and of course I was in pain. Am I going to be able to go through this and shop? And it was just like, quiet, no, I'm just going to go back. And then the realization that I put all my energy here. So we went to the 11, I can quote a movie, Spinal Tap, if you ever watch a Spinal Tap. See, does anybody know Spinal Tap movie? It's one of my favorite, but it goes to 11. So finally, I stopped and started thinking about my left foot. And it was, thank you, my left foot's not hurting. My left foot, oh God, what a great thing. And I was walking just all my energy. And after 5 minutes, this is true, it went from 11 to 5, the pain. Really, it still hurt, but it was doable. I could walk. I go, okay, I will continue shopping. Because all my energy was in what was not working and what was wrong. Let's focus on what is positive. Back to the Future, which movie. Live your life consciously that you are building your future. Enjoy the now. Taking advantage of life's gifts. Every day we have a gift. The air is a gift. You are here. What are the gifts that we have every day? Right? Think about that. This is my getting better, being positive. More things I have, about. I got home and for some reason there was towels all over the floor in the bathroom, which Bernadette, the old Bernadette, I would just go, why? It's on the floor. Why can't you get and put it in a hamper? What is the problem? How hard it is? And then I walked in and the old Bernadette kicked in. I stopped. And it was like, thank God I have an abundance of towels in this house. Thank the Lord I have towels. And then I start and say, thank you for 1, thank you for 2, thank you for 3. And I was smiling and then it was gone. Sure, I can waste my time in a negative thing. So we have to live each moment to the fullest, taking advantage of every possibility that we have. Just a few more, 3 more slides. Hang in there. Right? So, how do we live well in the future? First thing that Joanna says is the past. We have the tendency of living in the past. So if you want to have a better present and future, stop living in the past. The past is important. Absolutely, that's how we learn. Right? But that's it. Okay, I did this. I'm not doing this again. I learned my lesson. Sometimes we don't know the lesson. Then it keeps repeating. And we'll repeat over and over and over until we graduate. When that thing that's happening to you all the time stops, it's because you finally graduated. You learned. So if it's happening, next one, try to relieve them in your imagination to benefit. So when you think about the past, just think of, okay, what are the good things about the past in my life? What I learned. And reject the ones that are very negative. Say, I don't want it. Most of us live in the past, worrying about the future. But he did that to me. He needs to pay. Oh, look what happened. Oh, live thinking, worry too much about the future, which will not happen. So let's think about the present, some idea of the future. And how do you want your present? How do you want your life right now? What is the color of your life? If you could give a color right now, what would it be? Chris, what is the color of your life right now? What do you think?
Blue.
Blue. Do you know the color, the monster's color? Do you guys know this book? It's amazing. It's for kids, but adults should read too. You know, for every color, you have an emotion. Like my students know that if I am in the red zone, they are in trouble. In a red zone, and I said, I like, be quiet, just losing it. And the kids, she's in the red zone. She's in the red zone. And then I have always one says, how can we help you to go to the blue zone? So by listening, by keeping hands to yourself. Identify your color, identify your world. And there are days that you wake up, there's so much going on that you're going to be in the black zone, whatever zone, the gray zone that is scared. And you have the awareness and go, okay, what are we going to do next? Okay? Can you help me read this? Together? Whoever wants. Ready? Live. What is the color? And the last one. Get ready, because the future is already here. Let's start now, no matter what age. Today is the yesterday that's already gone and the tomorrow that has arrived. Tricky. So let's live today building the present and the eternal future. We live in the present. We do the best we can in this present. The future is also now, based on what we did and what we learned from the past. We just have to be better than yesterday. We have to think about the future of this life, but let's not neglect that this is not our only life. If we want a better future spiritual life, we also need to work on ourselves. That's it, just in time. All right.